we're from Carnage. We are at DNA Performance. The owner of the shop has been my friend since high school. Really cool guy, knows his shit, like literally. He is the Honda guy to go to. He has a 1100 horsepower Integra, all-wheel drive that he built. He built everything, the transmission, the transfer case, the rear axle, like all that stuff. He actually got it all engineered. No, I'm serious, like the guy is smart. Okay, we're here because we had a couple clients that were happy with their RIP tune, but they wanted more. RIP itself recommends that if you want more power, baby, you need to get your Jeep custom tuned. So we reached out to Mike from Mags, MagsTuning Tuning. Now, I was introduced to him by Mark at the Beast JK, which he tuned the Beast, Katie's Jeep, which has a RIP as well, and he tuned his 1400 horsepower Truck Hawk. Now that is impressive. So this guy is really good. He's a Chevy and Mopar tuner. Really smart guy, really knows what he's doing, and he's squeezing more power out of the Jeeps. So we got 4 Jeeps that we're gonna get power out of them, and we're excited to see what we could do. We already did a couple runs. Once they tuned the dyno, the first run was like 280 to the wheels. Now we're at 323. That's our big gains, man. Like if you know about power, that is a big difference. So we're gonna keep watching this, and
let me get it, let me put it down. One time for anybody out there following their dreams. Anybody in the city working 2 jobs so they can get to bigger, better things. You can't see that I was at a put in every day and night. Go to every trick or right, go to every bit of made just to hit them with the fade. When I stick it to the people that told me that I couldn't, yeah. After all of the years, a young Mowgli wore a frown. I finally learned that it's okay that I'm not white or brown.
Gay! 244. 44. What gears do you have? Remember? 488. This is one of the most accurate dynos there is. You gotta remember, every dyno is different.
Right. Vamos a tener que cambiarle el size de la bomba.
Okay. Installing the dyno, you need to put the tires 40 inch. Automatic loses more power.
This one probably will make more than that one, dude.
Because, okay. He has ignition coils though. So
We'll see.
Alright. So Leo just told me that if he makes more horsepower, he's gonna give him $5,000. Perfect. We got it on camera? Good. Awesome. Leo's like, alright guys, bye.
Bye, have a good day.
We just finished dyno tuning Leo's Jeep. 336 horsepower to the wheels, 289 pounds of torque. That is really impressive for a manual 3.6 on 40-inch tires. Now, the one we're about to do is the one I'm actually the most curious about, because that is the most common setup. 37s, factory axles with gears, and some kind of boost. This one has a RIP supercharger, XL with ignition coil. So we're gonna find out what kind of power we get out of it. Let's see where it starts, and then let's see where we end. Boom, let's go.
Ooh, we gonna make it. Ooh, we gonna make it. Got that and not by my side. Ain't no way that you can fade it. Listen, you can't hold me down. 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 You can't hold me down.
Alright guys, so we've done a couple passes on the dyno with Willie's Jeep. Like I said, 37-inch tires, RIP XL ignition coils, 48 gears, automatic. Now, I was very curious about what kind of results we're gonna get out of that. Mostly because that is the most common, like I said before, that's the most common setup on the street. On, like, you know, for Jeepers, it's an automatic JK on 37s or 40-inch tires. Now, Willie was expecting about 320 to the wheels. We are 308 to the wheels. That is actually very good, given the fact that the first run was 259 to the wheels. So that Jeep is still really fast and it was really reliable, and it is still really reliable. But now we actually squeezed all the power that you needed out of it. All the shift points are on point. the Jeep got street tuned, and then it got dyno to do the wide open throttle. And I'm just repeating what Mike told me because I don't know anything about tuning. But just to be clear.
Awesome.
Oh, I did it again. Damn it. Stop doing that. Unless you tell me you're gonna do it.
Got it! You need to know, this is one thing. This is
Okay, perfect. So, Willie, how do you feel about 308 to the wheels so far?
That's fine. That's great.
Okay, we're gonna do one more
more
pass.
concerned with the tune and fixing the issues that we've had this past year with the, the shifting.
With the shifting. So, now, there's no secret that any company that boosts your Jeep has, like I said, they do a base tune that is pretty much for every Jeep out there. So the shift points are not always on point. That's where you need to get it custom tuned. Now, Willie got his Jeep street tuned yesterday and he drove it home. How do you feel? What do you feel difference after you got street tuned?
Oh my God, it's night and day. Night and day. Finally, the shift points are pretty much where they need to be. For the past year, you know, 4th and 5th gear, I would have to let off the accelerator for it to shift. I guess it was just overpowering the transmission and just wouldn't shift. So I could rev that thing to 6,000 to 7,000 RPM and I'd still be in 4th gear. I let go of the accelerator, bam, 5th gear would kick in.
So it's not doing that anymore?
It's not doing that anymore.
Okay.
And that was my most important thing to having a custom tune, was getting that custom made for the Jeep.
Okay, just to be clear, that is not a rip problem. That is a tune problem. That happens with rip, Sprintex, Pro Charger, Ether Rock, and I guess it happens with that company that blows motors as well. So, I mean, this is where we are. He's happy. We're gonna finish with that one. We're gonna move up to Alex's Jeep after that. That's another manual. The manuals so far are giving the most power to the ground, to the wheels. There's a lot of power loss on the automatics. Still not a bad thing. We're not looking to make 500 horsepower. We're making to make reliable power on the go. Like, you need the power, it's there. You need to cruise and just chill, it's there, shifting smooth. So that's what we're looking for. Yeah. All right, perfect. Thank you, man. Boom. That's in the third Jeep right now. This was a 3.6 rim supercharged high altitude pulley. The regular intercooler doesn't have the XL. So we don't know. We know that the same setup on a 4-door with 48, so pretty much the same ratios, got 336. Let's see what this gets.
Infected with the self-hate, got this shit from the wounds that are cut deep. So when other people say we got retaliate, man, it's our own hearts that are too weak. Sick and federate flats in the bad place.
.348 to the wheels. Rip supercharged, of course. High altitude pulley. No ignition coils. No XL system. 348. Wow.
Wow!
What's up, guys? Why are you so close all the time now? It's so weird.
Wide angle.
It's like, what's up? We're from Carnage. We are gonna finish this video now. So, now you're too far. What is wrong with you today? Mark told me there was a guy that knew how to tune, and there's a lot of people out there that say they know how to tune. So when he told me that he gave him his 1400 horsepower truck, I was like, if you trust him with that, he must be good. So, I mean, that is a really expensive motor for anyone to just touch it. He actually did talk to a couple people and they didn't want to touch the car. They were like, nope, we're not touching that. That's way too expensive a motor. So Mike from MagsTuning, MAGS Tuning on Instagram, said, you know what, challenge accepted. And then Mark called me, he's like, dude, you gotta try this guy out. He tuned my truck hawk, Katie's Jeep, and he tuned the Beast. They all have rib superchargers, it's for the truck hawk, obviously. And he was very impressed, he was really happy with it. So I started talking to Mike, and you know, we started talking, and I kind of gathered a couple of people that had rib superchargers, since it's what we sell the most here. Once again, RIP is my favorite supercharger. I recommend it. There's a bunch of other really good companies like Sprintex, Pro Charger, Ether Rock, all good and all supported by HP tuners, which is a key part of this tuning stuff that I don't really understand 100%. I've learned a lot this weekend though. Like, there is degrees that you add there, and there's like other things here, and then just more power, baby, and it just works out. Perfect. This guy, we didn't build that Jeep. We're fixing a bunch of stuff on it. But he has a rib supercharger, and one of the things that he said is that he wasn't happy with the rib supercharger. Now that is a misconception. everyone's happy with a rip supercharger. The problem they're having is that the tune that it comes with is very across the line. It's very basic. Ooh, basic. Rip gives you a safe tune, so you don't blow your motor, and then you don't tell them that they suck, because they don't. What they do recommend is you get it professionally tuned by someone that knows what they're doing. Now, we have the answers for that, and the answer is Mike. Hello. So, Mike.
Yes.
Thank you for your time today, man. Thank you for everything you've done so far. Tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
I am a former cop. Got into tuning out of basically.
He's a cop.
Run.
And he's breaking the law.
Run! No more.
He sold the street tuning cars.
Started MagsTuning, got out of policing. As Will already mentioned, met up with Mark back home in Tifton, and it has snowballed since then. Will had, as he mentioned earlier, several clients that just wanted their kits fine-tuned. So we came down and started that, Thursday afternoon?
Thursday, yes.
Started Thursday afternoon, got everything kind of finalized to go on the dyno today. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Okay, so one thing about Mike, and a lot of people probably, when they do research about tuning, there's a lot of street tuners. Now, some people don't like that, and some people like that. Now, you kind of want both. You want to be street tuned, and then you want to be dyno, because to do wide open throttle, you want to be able to really send it, but you don't want to do it on the street. Now, the importance of doing a street tune is that the car does certain things, because you're not going to dyno at 3,000 RPMs cruising 30 miles an hour. That's just wide open throttle.
We want good drivability.
Yes. Now, I honestly didn't believe that was 100% true, that the whole durability thing or whatever. I drove this thing before it got tuned and after it got tuned. So let's first talk about the numbers. The rip tune that this Jeep had was pretty decent. You know, once again, no bashing the tune. It's a safe tune. It was making about 280 horsepower when we started. Okay, so then he made a couple adjustments and he got it to 300. To the wheels on a 40-inch tire, 48 gears, not an XL kit, and no ignition coils. So you could even get more power out of this thing if you wanted to. He tuned it and then drove it here. It almost feels, no, never mind almost. It feels like the rip came from factory on that Jeep. It just, the power band is just perfect. It's fast, super fast. Now, Leo, I haven't driven Leo's myself, but Leo was also very impressed. 336 to the wheels, 348 to the wheels. Believe it or not, this actually made more power. It made like 359 or 358.
I think it topped at 373.
373. Why did we go back to 348? Why would you take power away? Why? I don't understand.
So you
we
don't
got
wanna blow
power.
the motor?
No, it actually, it was making it safe. It was making safe power at 373. The problem is when you see the little line that goes like this, right? It's called a graph. Math guys. The graph was going up, and then it had big drops. Am I going?
Yes.
And then right back up and right back down. So it got power, but it wasn't smooth. So we went back to 348. Well, he went back to 348. Make a bunch of parameters that he changed. You know, all the Chinese stuff. And then he just put save, copy, control, copy, paste, and then boom, 348, reliable. It doesn't, like when you're on the gas, it doesn't even creep on the temperature. There's no detonation, there's no knock, it's just running perfect.
It's extremely safe for the trails, on the street. If you end up getting out west somewhere where you got 91 octane and not 93 available, you're good with it. So everything's safe.
That is the advice of the day. Get your junk tuned. Now, don't just send it to any tuner, man. You need someone that really knows what they're doing.
Yep.
So we're gonna put Mike's Instagram here. He's from Tifton, Georgia.
From where?
Tifton, Georgia. And he could, I mean, he came to Miami. We had a couple of Jeeps for him to tune. And I mean, the clients are happy. We don't have the Jeep that was supposed to go here, which is Willie's. He just had to go home. That one was the only automatic that we tuned today. And that one put a whooping 318 to the wheels. And I mean, he was really happy. Now, he was more concerned about the drivability than the power, because it has shifting problems. How did we fix that, Mike? What did you do there? What was the magic that you put in there?
Readjusting shift.
Without getting too heavily into it, basically schedules have to be brought down to match what size tire and gear ratio you're running. The other issue after running the rib kits with the autos is hanging up high RPM before the shift, having to let off before the shift. We basically readjust a lot of the parameters inside the transmission to allow equal handoff to be distributed between the TCM and the PCM, between transmission and engine, make them talk seamlessly.
And you get a nice fine shift point.
Everything he says is true. However, you gotta insert the picture of the hangover where the guy's just going like, like do the math. That's exactly.
Overheating.
Oh my God, yes. I need a tune right now. That was way too many ups and downs and stuff. I'm really telling him that he needs to move to Miami. So, you do be a cop too?
No.
You gotta pull over somebody and be like, sir, license restriction, no English, sorry.
Okay, bye.
Okay, no ticket, bye. It's okay, you're doing 120 on the 45, you're good to go. I don't wanna, you know, it's okay. All right, out.
Your ignorance astounds me so much that I can't even get mad. But then I think about my cousins who don't have the same privilege I have. Like if things are this bad for me, how much worse is it than for them? With no outside for them to lean on, gotta give it up to